My name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist, the pre-show. The pre-show starts at 6:45 p.m. every Wednesday, and it goes until 7 p.m. And this is where you can make sure that your microphone works, that your webcam works, and that you know what we're talking about to get ready for the show. We started a little late today, so we're only going to have about 5 minutes for the pre-show. If you're here to watch the show will be starting in about 5 minutes. If you have any suggestions for the show, if there are any jokes you want to submit, if there's anything you want to comment on or say, please feel free to go to theappreciationist.com in order to check that out. There are two ways to participate with the show. You can either be on the show with your webcam and your microphone, and you do that by following the instructions that are in the description of this video. You would have seen that those instructions on our meetup page as well at meetup.com/TLOAMTL. That's TLOA as in the law of attraction, MTL as in Montreal. Follow those instructions. What you're doing there is adding the law of attraction Montreal to your Google Plus circles. When you do that, that lets me know that you want to get an invite every week to come to the show, to be on the show on the air. If all you want to do is watch the show, all you have to do is go to theappreciationist.com. You can see it right there at the bottom of the screen, theappreciationist.com, and click on Live Show. When you click on Live Show, you'll be able to see us live, only see and hear us live. And of course, you want to get access to all our old episodes or past episodes. We have, I think today's episode 71, so we've been doing it for over a year now, like 71 weeks. You can take a look at our episodes at theappreciationist.com. You can find that all there. So we're just going to hang in there for the next few minutes while I get ready here. And we'll be starting the show. Today we're talking about childhood stories. Childhood stories. Yesterday we talked about heartbreak. And so I thought it might be fun to continue that theme of revisiting the past, but maybe something a little more jubilant, a little more youthful, joyful. So we'll see the childhood stories come up. I'll be sharing one or two of my stories, especially to give other people a chance to think of theirs. You know, I thought about mine all day, but they might need some time. So we only have 4 minutes left for the starting of the show. If you see me looking around and being busy, I'm just preparing myself. And if you're watching this after the fact, I don't know, you could just fast forward the video. We'll be starting very soon. If you're looking for that fast forward point, I'm usually flipping my pen as I start the show, but just a few minutes in. So about 4 minutes from now, the show will begin. Just waiting for those who want to be on the show to pop in. The invitation has been sent out. If you're having any trouble at all, if the description, the instructions are complicated for you at all you have to do is go to our meetup page, meetup.com/TLOAMTL. That's TLOA is in the law of attraction, MTL is in Montreal. And you find this specific meetup. It's episode 71. It says it right there, episode 71, Childhood Stories, The Appreciationist. And right in the comment section there, I put a link. I put that link every episode just so to make it, just so it's easier for you to get on board. You click that link and you're right into the show. If you click that link, you are on the air, okay? If you just want to watch, go to theappreciationist.com and click on Live Show. If you want to participate with us and having any trouble, go to our meetup page and click on that link and you'll pop right in. We're just waiting for the show, seeing who's going to participate with us. Okay. Let me make sure I'm ready. If you're still having trouble, you can post a comment anywhere that you can find us, and I'll get it right here, and I'll try to answer it before the show, or our producer will try to answer it after during the show, or I'll try to keep an eye on it. So if you're having any trouble, just post a comment anywhere that you can find us on the Facebook page. That's facebook.com/theappreciationist. You can find us at theappreciationist.com. You can go to our meetup page, post there. We also have Appreciationist for Twitter, so at Appreciationist. Post it on our YouTube page, post it on the Google Plus page. I mean, anywhere that you can find us, you post a comment. I'll get it right here.
Hey guys.
Hey Val, how's it going?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Just getting my childhood stories ready.
Yeah. I don't know what you want us to talk about.
Oh, there's nothing specific. It's just any childhood story that's meaningful to you. Anyone at all.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll go first. I'll give everybody time to think. You may not come up with one, but maybe as I say mine, something will pop into your mind.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. How have you been?
Good. Busy, but good.
Good.
How about you?
Same,
Good.
but good. It's nice. It's busy, but I'm keeping a good pace, and I'm happy about my days and what is being accomplished. So that's good.
That's good. I've had to deal with kids all this while, so childhood stories has been in my brain. You know,
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of their childhood stories right now, and just trying to do my best. So
it's true. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think. I thought a little bit about it this afternoon. I was like, I'm wondering if there was something specific, but
it's anything that you feel is meaningful. So you know, I was going to say happy childhood memories. I was going to say childhood memories that taught you something. But honestly, as I thought about it, I realized any story that comes to mind will be meaningful on some level. It could be something as simple as um, one of the first books that I remember reading, well, the first book that I ever remember reading was called The Hatchet. And it was a book that I got from, I think it was Scholastics. I think it was like one of those books you can pick out of a catalog in school, and they sent it to you. And
yeah.
there's this boy who survived a plane crash or a boat crash or something, and he was a sole survivor. I think he was a young boy, a young teenager. Um, Maybe not even a teenager, but let's say a young teenager, and all he had was a hatchet, and he had to survive in the wilderness, in the Canadian tundra, in the Canadian jungle, forest, and until then, I had never really thought about the autonomy of a child, the autonomy of a teenager, that you're old enough to do something. And this book, as he's going through surviving, he's killing an animal, learning how to make his food, building a shelter, fighting off predators, it was engaging, and it sort of like woke me up to my own ability to sort of do something. And so I fell in love with survivalist stories at that point, and that's it.
Yeah, that's good.
So I have no idea. I have no idea what people are going to come up with, and I honestly didn't want to limit it.
No, that's it. You're giving me ideas. It's good. I have some that are coming up. It's like, like, because you forget. There's some years of your life you forget.
That's right.
Hello, Miss Sam.
Yay, Sam made it. Did you see the picture I put up for our event We Love?
No.
It's a little risque.
You're nervous about it? Why?
It's risque. Let's just say.
It's funny because I was wondering this afternoon again. I was like, okay, I wonder what kind of picture that's going to be. But no, I haven't seen it. So maybe I don't know. There's so many things to check. Facebook, Meetup. It's like.
I know. Well, we're gonna announce it. I'm gonna announce the event this evening, so you'll see it then. But if you wanted to check it out, you can check it out there. I was kind of nervous about it. We were kind of on the fence about it, but I really wanted to kind of like shock people with the image because I want the event to be something different, something that you don't normally experience in a self-help, personal empowerment context.
So where would I see? The best way for me to go see it is Meetup on my phone.
That's right. Just go to Meetup and go to the event, and the picture's in the event right now. Hey, Sam.
I made it.
You made it.
Hey, Miss Sam. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Fine, thank you.
I was just telling Sam. I was just telling Val about the picture that I put up.
Heard you, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go. Okay, so let me go calendar.
Everything updated on the website, Peter, the Appreciationist?
Yes. Wait, by updated, do you mean flat out ignored? Because then definitely yes.
Yeah.
I love that picture. I love it. It's nice.
Great. Sam was like, that picture, I thought this was about to be about self-love. I thought it was...
I think it gives more of an impression, mostly sexuality, but
yeah.
It does, right?
Yeah, it does, but not just that. No, not just that. It's intimacy. It's I don't know. There's a lot in it. There's fun. There's no. I love it because I find it's just the right balance.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, of course, it doesn't give the idea of self-love, but but at the same time, it's a way of loving yourself. I don't know.
It doesn't give self-love, but that's okay. I mean.
Well,
yeah, because this is not just self-love that you guys want to talk about. So.
You didn't put my title in. I see that now.
I did. Maybe it's not updated. I did.
What title?
I'm doing my first talk. Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
So what is it again? It is.
Actually, if you refresh the page, hang on, give me a second.
So my talk, the title is Praising Yourself to Love Others.
Oh, nice. Love that. God, you guys have great ideas all the time.
You even put 18 plus in the picture.
Yeah, I see that. But I don't see anything else. Okay, what do we see?
Now refresh the page and you're going to see your titles there.
So you just updated it? Good boy.
Well, I updated it, but I didn't press save.
Good boy, good boy.
Yeah, I could have chosen a picture that would have been more about self-love, but then we wouldn't have had that sort of naughty element to it, and so I decided to go with that. And I want to shock people, and I really want it to be like different. These are the kinds of things that I want to talk about that I'm always like worried about talking because I think people are going to bite my head off.
No, you're like, it's nice to step out of the box. I mean, and it's you like to do that anyway. And so let's push it even more every time because, you know. No, that's good. I love the picture. Honestly, love it.
Good. Perfect. So we're going to get started. Maybe somebody else is going to jump in, but I think we should get going because I want to end on time if I can. Just to give you guys a heads up, we're going to be talking about childhood stories. And so you just come up with any childhood stories that comes to mind. My assumption is anything that comes to mind will be significant, will be meaningful. So anything you want at all. I'll go first. I'll say at least one, maybe two stories, and hopefully that will stimulate your mind. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you want to volunteer for moment of appreciation?
Oh, I haven't thought of that. So I won't be first.
No, neither have I.
Okay, I'll go first. Today I'll go first all day. So I'll go first, and then we'll volunteer.
Yeah. It's fine. I write in my book every day, so I'll find something.
That's good. I'll think.
What do I want to do? Oh yes, that's right.
Don't forget your joke. Do you have your words?
Yes. Yeah, I do. So the words are going to be thrive and titillating.
Yeah. Look at him. Okay.
My talk is actually called arousing creation, but I wanted to call it titillating, but I don't know. The word seemed a little naughty, little on the nose.
That'll be an interesting day for sure.
It's gonna be fun, and I think people are gonna leave going, "Oh, that was different."
Yeah.
Those we managed to rope in, you know. Let's see. Okay, let's get started. My motivation. Which one do I want to choose? Today's one. Okay, and
Okay, I've got my moment of appreciation.
Yes, that's right. How did I forget that? Okay, here we go. Show's ready to begin. Hi there, you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us. On tonight's show, we're talking about childhood stories. Childhood stories. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about that. Last week we talked about heartbreak, and so I thought, let's make it, I like that story, pulling stories from your past, but let's make it a little more jubilant, a little more fun, a little more youthful, and so we're going to go for childhood stories. It's any age before today, okay? So let's just, whatever, okay? Any age before today. Childhood stories, anything that pops to your mind. It can be positive. It can be a life lesson. You know, instead of saying negative, a life lesson. So anything that comes to mind, we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I want to say hello to our friends in the room, to our wonderful co-host, Valerie. How you doing?
Fine. Hi, guys.
Good to see you. And our lovely producer, I guess, slash host. So we're going to have to figure that one out. Samantha Barney, thanks for being here.
Hello.
Cool. You made it. Excellent. So we're going to do our best to end the show on time. That's around 7:30, maybe 7:35, maybe 7:40. And so let's get to it. The most important thing we do during the show is called a moment of appreciation. That's when we look back at the past 7 days and we pick out something that was significant to us, that was meaningful to us, that we enjoyed. It could be something good that happened that's easy to appreciate. It could be something that wasn't so great that happened, and you know, we can find a way to appreciate that now. So what we're going to do is just to take a moment to appreciate. Oh, we need somebody in the room.
Hi.
Hi, Isabel. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. So today we're so a moment of appreciation. So I'll go first, and anybody who wants to volunteer after that can volunteer. Just keep in mind that for those of you who are watching, moments of appreciation aren't mandatory. You can just come on and say, "Hey, how you doing?" So you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to, you can volunteer. My moment of appreciation is some. Okay, so I had a couple. Sam came over this weekend to Laval, and so it was cool to have her here, spending some time watching some shows. So that was cool. But we had okay, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Oh my God. Okay. The brunch. We had a wonderful brunch with Sam's group, appreciation brunch, with wonderful people, people that I've met, people that I've never met. And so we went to Ciel et Terre in Verdun, and we had a wonderful breakfast with wonderful people, and that felt great. That felt really cool.
No.
Sam, that's part of your moment of appreciation?
Now that you reminded me, yes.
Want to go ahead?
No.
Okay, who wants to volunteer for a moment of appreciation? Mine was the brunch. I had 2 eggs and sausage, and Sam sneaked in some bacon, and so that's always a wonderful time. I got to see some really cool friends and really cool conversations. I actually got some really cool feedback from from a new member who's experiencing a real explosion in his journey. So it was a heartwarming session all around. Anybody else want to volunteer for a moment of appreciation?
I'll go. For me, it was. It's going to be under the name of family, actually, because last week I had great moments with family, and even if they're overseas, it was a lot of Skype or FaceTime with them. And I had one with my. Now we're doing. I'm teaching her English over Skype every week, so I'm really happy I get to spend time with her every week. Then I had a problem with my computer and asked my brother in France to take my computer over and fix it, and he did a wonderful job of fixing it and making space, and it was fun because we spent a couple of hours, you know, together working on the computer, so that was nice, and I don't get to do this much with him. And also did the same thing with my mom. I had about a couple of hours with her, and it was easy, and we talked about all kinds of stuff, not just positive stuff. You know, things that are also difficult, but it was an easy conversation. So I really appreciate that. And lastly, I have my cousin's baby that I saw over the weekend, and he's just the cutest thing ever. So that's it.
I can vouch for that. I saw the picture. It's super adorable kid. Really, really cool. I'm really glad that you had those fun experiences, even online with your family. It's always good when we get along with family and friends, right?
Yes.
It's always a good time. Always good to appreciate. That's wonderful. So what we're doing is we're just volunteering. Sam, she said no, so we're going to move on.
No, I'm going. you volunteered me, and I said no because I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready. I'm ready. So definitely the appreciation brunch is my top one. It was so much fun. I planned it like sort of last minute, like during the week. I was just like, what am I doing this weekend? And I didn't have anything planned. And I said, you know what would be really nice? An appreciation brunch. And so a lot of us came out. I think we were maybe 12, 13 people or so. People I've never met before, 1 or 2. and just wonderful conversations, very uplifting, all sorts of stuff about spirituality, meditation. Like, people were really talking about things they enjoyed, and they exchanged information, and so people got something out of it as well, so that was extremely good. The food is always good there as well. So that was fun. Another thing is we went for drinks, a few of us, Peter and I, with a few people from, a few of our friends. So that was really fun at Benelux and Verdun. I'm like really supporting local business, so that's always good. Yeah, other than that, the weather again, I am just appreciating it very much. Today I was downtown, just walking, enjoying it, seeing how my balcony garden is really like flourishing, and it's still September, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I completely forgot we had and so that was really cool weekend. Thank you so much for sharing that, you guys. Isabel, I put you on mute only because of the sound, but if you want to share a moment of appreciation, you're absolutely welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I know. Thank you for doing that. I wouldn't have figured out how to do it myself. So, moment of appreciation was this morning. We were walking to school, my son's school. He just started kindergarten, and we could have easily driven or been in too much of a rush to really walk and be outside, but we decided to walk, and someone was biking down our street, someone we don't know, and said, "Good morning, have a nice day." And my first thought was, if I had been in my car, I wouldn't have had that moment. I would have missed out on that, and I was so appreciative of that kind of a greeting from a total stranger. It was a beautiful way to start the day. That, and just the very fact of being able to walk to my son's school, it's such a great feeling.
Oh, that's really wonderful. I like that. And so insightful. Yeah, the things that we miss when we're locked in our steel cages.
Yes.
Really cool that you got that. Really awesome. Yeah.
Only right at this point.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us, Isabel. Really, really cool. Beatty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you like to share a moment of appreciation?
Yeah, sure. Well, the most recent thing tonight, I came home and there's supper, so I appreciate that. Max made turkey burger, and thank you, Max. And I had a problem with self-love before, and today I have some off time at work. I read an article about self-hatred. And that was really good. I shared it on self-discovery group on Facebook, so it's good.
That's really cool. Awesome.
Nice article. I saw it. Nice article.
I saw
Thanks
it.
for sharing.
I didn't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I was like, because I decided my talk today for the big event that we're doing on the 20th, Beatty, and when I saw your post, I was like, it's like self-love. It's totally what I'm going to be talking about, so I found it very interesting, but I didn't read it yet, so I'll get to it.
It's really good. I really liked it. It took me quite a few days to actually get into it, but once I read it, it's like, it's just like what I've been through.
Yeah, it's Tiny Buddha, right? They post a lot of really good articles. A lot of them are very long and they're stories, but they're very well written and very well done, very inspiring. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
And Sam, I think you had a discussion yesterday. Right? Was it yesterday?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes.
What was it? I remember I really wanted to go.
Overcoming addictions. It was the first time I did it. We were only 3, but it was very intimate. It was very good. It went very well. People got a lot out of it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, it was very fun.
I really like that topic. I was thinking of going, but I couldn't.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm going to do it again. So I just keep redoing them. I just decide, like, okay, what do I feel like doing? What do I think people want? And so, but I'm open to suggestions.
Nice.
Well, I think people are becoming addicted to your meetups. So how do you solve that? Cool.
Do more.
Excellent moments of appreciation. So let's move right along to my second favorite part of the show, which is called the joke of the week. The joke of the week. That's where we pick a word that helps us pick a joke. Now, keep in mind that the words have nothing to do with what the joke is. It's just a mechanism to choose the joke. So last week we have thrive, and that was left over from last week. And this week we have titillating. Titillating means to stimulate. to stimulate and to excite, titillating. And I like that word. It sounds, just saying the word makes me feel titillated. And so, which one would you guys want? Well, there is
titillating.
Thrive.
Titillating.
Okay, that's 1-1. Isabel, baby?
Thrive.
Okay.
I don't think Isabel's there right now.
Looks like Thrive is the winner. You guys picked the wrong one. The wrong. Excellent. Okay, here we go. So, wait, hang on. Just a second. What word do you want to replace the Thrive for next week?
Water.
Water. That's really good. I like that. Water. Be like water. Loosely. Okay. Perfect. Water is good. So, Thrive. Here we go. Know why a room full of married people looks so empty? There's not a single person in it. A little late on the draw there, Sam. A little.
Well, I thought we would actually have real laughs, but then, you know.
All right. Okay. All right.
That's the best joke, actually. That Sam's joke is the best.
Oh, wait, I'm laughing.
Okay. No, I read it. I thought it was fun. I actually thought it was appropriate for childhood stories because it's kind of like a kid's joke, you know. What did the mama tomato say? Baby tomato ketchup, you know what I mean? So, okay, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for allowing me to be a little silly. Let's move to...
I don't hear you too well, Peter.
Okay, there's probably an echo, right?
Yeah, that's a...
It's coming out of Beatty. I don't know, you were talking...
How do you do that?
Well, Beatty popped up when he was talking, so it must be...
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Good.
No echo. Okay, perfect. Just before we jump into our topic, childhood stories, and just to stimulate your mind, to remind you of what we're doing, you're going to want to say a childhood story. So any childhood story. It could be good, it could be bad, anything that pops up into your mind. We're looking for stories that maybe could shed some light on why you are the way you are, you know, and maybe those stories can help someone else. So just childhood stories of any kind. Don't stress about it. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be any childhood story that pops up. I'm going to go first, and so I'm hoping that's going to stimulate your mind. But before we get to the topic, a segment called What's a Great Idea? And that's where we put our attention. I tell you a product, a service, a website, a person, an idea that is worth your attention, because whatever we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. Now again, one more time, this week is going to be a little self-serving because I want to let you guys know that we're having an event happening this September 20th at the Atwater Library. It's called Be Love. It's about evoking love from self and from others. It's going to encapsulate everything from loving yourself, learning to love, what is love, intimacy, even sexuality. And this event is a 18 and over meetup. So, I mean, my talk is going to be brand new, and it's going to be a little risque, and so we can't have children there. I mean, we just can't have children there. Or if there are children there, they got to be, like, you know, young enough that they don't understand what's going on. That would be weird. Okay, maybe no children for this event, but you're going to be coming out. It's a really wonderful time. We're going to be talking about, you know what, I can't say what we're going to be talking about because I feel like it's a little risky to explain it. So just check out the page at Meetup. Well, check out our website, lawofattraction.ca, and you're going to find it there. Okay, that's an event on September 20th. Go check that out. If you're not a premium member, you're going to want to become a premium member. If you're a premium member, you come to the event. Check that out. Okay.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
Pretty great idea.
Pretty great idea. I'm doing my first talk, so yeah.
Sam's first talk there, yeah. 10 minutes is going to be wonderful. The longest 10 minutes of your life, Sam. Or shortest, you never know. Okay, you guys, childhood stories. Okay? I want to tell you guys a story about the only time I ever got arrested. It was the only time I ever did anything really wrong. Okay, I don't believe downloading music online is very wrong, but the only time I've done anything really wrong, and that's shoplifting. And now what's powerful about this part for me, it's the recognition of why I shoplifted. Okay, so I'm in 6th grade, 11 years old, and I just want to be pleasing. I want to make friends. I don't want to make friends with the most popular people. The most popular guy in our school was this Rastafarian. Well, Rastafarian, he had dreads and all these things. I'm not going to tell you his name. Let's just call him Alfred. Alfred the Rastafarian. Okay? Now, Alfred, okay, everybody's mute, so I'm getting, like, no feedback, but that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Speed it up. Speed it up. Let's go.
Alfred, he decides it's a great idea. Let's go to the pharmacy, Pharmaprix, and let's shoplift some toys. He wants to shoplift some water guns. Now, I was the worst shoplifter in the world because I went in there with a buddy because there was about 5 or 6 of us who got convinced. And huge water guns were trying to stuff into our bags. I mean, they're sticking out. And we were like talking out loud as if we were covering our tracks, saying things like, you know, oh, I can't wait to buy this water gun, and oh, my brother is really going to like this, like the worst thieves ever. And we walk out the store with all this junk. And then we get out of the store, and we're being chased by security. Security catches us and then brings us into a back room, a smoky back room where we wait for the police. The police take our fingerprints and all that stuff, and they drive me home. Now, moral of the story. I realized the reason I shoplifted, in fact, the whole time I was about to do it and leading up to do it, I had this pit in my stomach. I could feel that it wasn't right. I could feel that I wasn't doing something that I should be doing. Never mind the illegality of it, the legality of it. I was not listening to what I wanted. I was listening to something that this other person wanted to do. I didn't even care about the water guns. I just cared about pleasing this other person, about being part of the crowd, about being popular. And when I got arrested and when I got home and my mother sat me down, she looked at me and she just disappointment in her eyes, and she said, you know, like why? Why would you do this? And I didn't have an answer for her right then, but as I thought about it, I realized I did it because I ignored the voice within and I listened to the voice without. I listened to the people that were around me. And that's when I learned the lesson. Never again will I ever follow along the path just because someone told me. Now, I forgot that a little bit when I went to church, but I remembered. Eventually, I remembered when I remembered to listen to myself. And so that was a childhood memory that still sticks with me today. Pay attention to what's going on within you, and when you feel that sensation that something is not right, just don't do it. Don't do it to please the crowd. Don't do it to be cool. That's my story. Anybody else want to?
Good story.
Yes, that was a good story. Sam, do you want to go?
You can go.
If you need to
Val seems ready. Val seems ready.
I don't know. I have 2. Now you make me think of something that I did myself, but I don't know if I want to tell that story.
Okay, I can go then. Give yourself time to think.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't have a moral to a story, I don't think. You're a little, it's not fair because you created the event and you, you know, had a lot of time. But when you said childhood story, the first sort of things that pop into my mind revolve around horses. So I'll just tell you a few little stories about horses. So I am lucky enough to have spent a lot of my time in the country when I was growing up. My parents rented a cottage and then eventually bought a cottage, which was just down the street from the other cottage. And so I was very lucky. I started horseback riding when I was 6 years old, 7. And so there was one of our friends, so I was about 7 or 8 or 9, I don't know exactly, maybe 10, but we had one of our friends who had a farm, had horses, had cows, had chickens, had all of this stuff, like a hay barn, like all of that stuff. And so we used to have a lot of fun in the country at her farm, and she had a couple of horses that we could ride every once in a while. And one day we decided to take the horses down to the water. So I'm along the Richelieu River, just near the border to the United States, and it's a beautiful river. We swim in it all the time, so we decided to take the horses down. And I don't remember it so well. I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember riding a horse in the water to the point where the horse was actually swimming. Like, yeah, you see people riding along a beach, but no, the horse was deep enough that I was on his back and I could feel his huge legs swimming in the water, and just that like sensation. It felt like so smooth and just so much fun. I don't think I was on him long. I think it was dangerous. I don't even think we should have been doing what we were doing. We could have like easily gotten trampled, but we didn't. We had a wonderful time. I would love to do it right now if I could. But that's one of the horse memories that I have. And then I'll tell you another horse story. Same place, probably same horse. So we would often ride, and we rode bareback. So no saddle. I don't even think we had reins at that point. I think we were like being very careless. I'm like happy I'm alive today. So we were being very careless. There were two of us on the horse. No saddle, and this horse was not like the most tame horse, like not the most trained, and so the horse took off. It just took off, and so I think it was my sister on the back. I was in the front. No, I was in the back. She was in the front, and the horse just took off. Eventually, my sister fell off, and then the horse came to a stop, and I fell off, and I landed in a huge puddle. And when I found out, when I woke up, I was awake, but when I was unstartled, I was like, this smells horrible. It was a huge puddle of like urine.
Oh my God.
It was like, you know how on farms they have like huge mounds of like feces and like leftover like hay and stuff like that? Well, there's like a runoff from that, and it creates like a puddle of nastiness.
Oh my God.
So I landed in that puddle of nastiness. I smelled disgusting. I was soaking. I was probably crying. I don't remember crying, but now I just find it so funny. And those sort of like memories are just so great for me. They're so wonderful because I feel like I'm so lucky to have lived those sort of experiences on the farm, in the country, and I would love to do them more and more. So that's it.
I would have never guessed that the word you used was lucky.
Yeah, falling in that was definitely not lucky, but it's funny now.
Good. Well, you see, that's the point, right? Like, you visit these stories, you get a little giggle, and it's funny to me how these things are in our heads, and all it takes is us to have a willingness, a few minutes to go and access them. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
How about you, Val?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm nervous because just thinking about it, I was nervous then, so thinking about it, I'm nervous again. You made up my mind because between the two of you, there are like two elements of your stories that are part of mine. So I said, okay, I'm going to go with that one. I think I must have been, I don't know, maybe 14. It was back in France, and I was staying at a friend's lake house for the holidays, and her parents had a huge backyard, really big. Like, I don't know, you could have like 10 houses on this backyard. So it was really big. And we had, I think, a Winnebago, is that how you say it? And that's where my girlfriend and I, that's where we would sleep. So it was kind of cool. After, supper, we would just go there and eat cookies and talk and tell stories and all that kind of stuff. But we were also teenagers and interested in boys, and especially her. She looked older, and so guys would be definitely interested in her. And so this was close to an army base, and this is where we would go horseback riding, actually. So that's what made me think of it. And the guys were nice enough, and nothing illegal happened or anything, but they were, of course, interested in young girls. And so she had decided, she said, oh, guys, we're going to come and see you tonight. We'll bring liquor and we'll make crepes, and I'm like, how are we going to do this, So we found a way to sneak liquor out of the house after supper into the Winnebago, and then we waited until, I don't know, I think 10 o'clock. And instead of just sneaking out through the door, we sneaked out through the window, which was really ridiculous. And then we jumped over the fence. And over the fence, after that, there was like the back of the house there was the forest and a river. But then if you walk through the forest, it's all dried leaves, or, there's always an awful lot of noise. So it was just nerve-wracking to walk through that. And so we followed the river, and we got to the army base. I don't even know how we got in without getting caught by the police or something. But the guys were waiting for us, and we went there and then we made crepes and we had a good time. But it was just, and coming back was even more scary again, the noise and police cars around. I remember hiding in the ditch at some point. It was just crazy. And but I felt it was very nerve-wracking for me because it was totally out of my comfort zone. It really wasn't me. Yet I'm happy I did it because it was kind of an exciting experience. But I mean, I never did it again. And this is the kind of get out of your comfort zone, which is really too much out of the comfort zone. So very much like you, Peter, I didn't listen to myself. I just followed what my friend wanted to do because I felt peer pressure. And that's it. So it didn't feel right, but it wasn't all that wrong either. It's not like anything happened. But it was nerve-wracking, definitely.
Well, I love those experiences, right? You're straddling the line or you're crossing the line. It just helps you to understand who you are. It's like sometimes I see kids that are about to do something troubling, and I just kind of let them do it because I don't want to rob them from that experience. So I really like that. I only have one question though. Did you say you made crepes?
Yes.
That is so weird.
I know. We just went to the army base. We brought liquor, and I didn't drink much, or I don't remember drinking at all. They drank, and well, we also put some of the liquor in the crepes because it makes them taste better. But yeah, that's what we did. And I know that's what we. Sorry.
Is this in France?
Yes.
So I guess like.
No, I mean it's not what people do at night necessarily, but I don't know. I think my girlfriend and I, this is something that we used to like to make. And we had the recipe and everything, so that's it. That's what we decided to do.
I love hearing that. Honestly, you guys are making me feel like listening to all your childhood stories. Like, it's really, really cool to hear these things. It's the side of people you don't hear. I like that story, Val. Very cool.
Okay.
You actually made me think about a lot of stories that I could tell now. I didn't realize all the times I played Spin the Bottle, all the one time I played Spin the Ball. Anyway, really cool story. Betty, do you have one for us?
I don't have any long stories, and I really didn't like my childhood, but now after I heard all your stories, kind of remind me of something positive. I'm really happy about that. So the thing that I was going to say was, oh yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch TV when I was, after I reached 6 years old, I started my school, so I wasn't allowed to watch TV or read any book that's not school related. So I used to hide in my bed under the blankets and use a flashlight to read like non-school related storybook.
Cool.
And sometimes my parents come in to my bedroom and check on me. Actually, I don't know why they do that, but they did. But yeah, that was the time that I liked. Reading a book when I'm totally alone, hiding under the blanket. And another thing I like was on the weekend, because my parents' home is a very small condo, and they don't have a room for a washer. So every time, on the weekend, they take the washer out to wash the clothes and stuff. They have this empty box. They put the empty box in the bedroom. There's no other room to put it, so I can play in the empty box. I was small enough to fit in it, and I just pretend the box is my own home, my own house, and it was great.
That's always fun.
Oh, that's really cool. I have one question. Sam, were you allowed to ride bareback on the horse with your sister?
I don't think it would have been a huge issue. No, I don't know why, but my parents trusted us riding and stuff. I don't think it was a big thing. I think that the owners of the farm, the owners of the horses, probably would have been very upset. But my parents, I think we went home and told them, and it was okay. They probably were like, "What did you be careful?" But no, it wasn't a huge thing for us. No.
Well, it's because it might not be a big thing, but I'm finding it interesting that we're talking about she's not supposed to. Val is sneaking into the house, doing something very risky. I mean, it sounds risky to me. And then so I can see that we had a troublemaker.
You're cutting out a little bit. I don't hear you.
Maybe put the mic on mute. for a second. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I kind of like the idea of these stories where you get to hear a little bit of the wild side, the things that we maybe weren't supposed to do, that weren't entirely what we were supposed to do, where we were supposed to be. And so very, very cool. In fact, you know what? You guys have inspired me. I'm going to do a childhood stories meetup. We're going to come together. We're going to tell some stories because I think it'll be a lot of fun. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I mean, you guys might say there's no moral to that one, there's moral in mine, but honestly, I think the moral here is spend some time to think about those stories in your life. You know, baby, you can know and walking through head by thinking about this, and you can get that warm feeling. And there's a lot of places you can get that. So it's kind of an unconventional way of looking at your life, but we had a childhood, and then might as well mind those experiences for the benefit that it can give us. Look, I don't want to keep you guys for too long. You guys are really awesome sharing your personal stories there. I hope you didn't share anything too private. Didn't sound too private to me. So you guys are all still safe. Just before we go, I got to ask you guys, what's for dinner? What did you eat in the last 7 days or today that was good? That you enjoyed?
I'll go. Today I went to L'Escalier. It's I don't know, it's a restaurant bar slash venue type place right near Barrie Metro, and they have really good vegan and vegetarian food. Today I had a whole wheat biologique sandwich with pesto, tomato, cucumber, feta cheese, and then a salad with house dressing, and it just felt it tasted wonderful. It felt good for me. Yeah, it was an interesting venue. It was interesting. I was looking out the window, watching all the I don't know, the college students are like doing all sorts of crazy stuff downtown lately. So that was really fun. And then all of a sudden, like a huge crowd of them showed up in the restaurant. Were like screaming and like playing beer pong and stuff. And so I was like, okay, maybe it's time to get out of here. But so I left and went to a park because I'm like not 18 anymore. Yeah, so that was my meal of today. It was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Val?
I had a brunch with my friend Cynthia on Sunday, and it was what I had was beautiful. It was mini pancakes, big and little ones, all around my plate with lots of fruit and some kind of custard that they called sabayon, and some berry coulis or what. It was just beautiful and delicious. It was exactly what I needed.
Really awesome, really cool. And what about you, baby? What's for dinner?
Oh, well, I spoiled it at the beginning of the show. I had turkey burger tonight. But what I really liked was on Monday, my friend, she invited me over for some dinner at a bar that's close to her house. She got a gift card from her company, and she remembered to bring me, and I was really happy. So what I had there was the deer meat tataki. It was really good. It was kind of raw, but it's super, super tasty. It was really good. And we also shared some other stuff, like someone ordered ribs and someone ordered salmon tartare. So it was great.
Mm.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I hear you're supposed to eat deer a little raw, so that's really cool. I had a delicious burger at Benelux with our friends here, and it was the best version of that best burger that I had there. So that was really a lot of fun, extra tasty. But recently, this family here, my brother's family here, they eat. They're vegetarians, and I've been eating black beans. And it turns out I like black beans.
They're good.
They're going to be eating more of that. Anyway, that's wonderful. That's our show for tonight. I want to say thank you to our co-hosts Valerie and Bailey. Thank you for being here, and our wonderful producer Samantha Barley. Thank you guys so much for taking the time.
Thank you. Have a great week.
You too.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Isabel, for taking the time to be on the show, for sharing your little appreciation, for letting us get a little more appreciation from seeing your little type there. You're really cool. I love seeing that. Love being distracted. Sam, you're where?
No, I'm nowhere. What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Maybe I'm at a temple. Maybe I'm at a glacier. Maybe I'm at a brick wall. I don't. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. I gotta get going. I gotta go on. All right, so I let you guys know the most important thing that's coming up is our event on September 20th. So you're going to come out to that. If you're not a premium member, you're going to want to become a premium member because it really makes no sense to pay for the event and not become a premium member. So check that out. Everything else I could promote, but I think it's already full. So keep an eye on our calendar. You can find that at thelawattraction.ca by clicking on the calendar right there. Sammy, you have anything coming up?
Yes, I just planned an appreciation walk for this Saturday. So I posted that in Self-Discovery Montreal, but I'll probably post it in Law of Attraction as well. And so that'll be Saturday at 1 p.m. and we're going to go along the Verdun waterfront. So that'll be very nice. It's always very pleasant to go around there, get some fresh air, talk about things we appreciate. Yeah, so that's the biggest one. And Monday I have a group life coaching session. I just put it up today about releasing fears. So how to get over your fears, how to feel better, how to overcome them. So that's at Chat Noir, and that's also in Verdun. It's a beautiful tea place. Everybody loves that. And so, yeah, those are the next two.
And you can find it on
Self-Discovery Montreal. Meetup group. Yep.
Perfect. You guys, I just want to say shout out to Elvira Limtanova. Thank you very much for the meetup that you had, the Mystery of Dreams. I hear it went well, really great. I'm looking forward to more of what you're doing there. Keep it up. You're doing a great job. And I want to thank everybody who's watching. See you next week at 7 p.m. for another exciting episode of The Appreciation.
Bye.